Navigating the complexities of modern dating can often feel like walking a tightrope. One moment, everything seems promising. You're exchanging flirty texts, sharing laughs, and envisioning a future together. Yet, in the blink of an eye, the ground beneath you can shift, leaving you questioning whether the connection is as strong as you believed. For many, the confusion often stems from one central question: is she really into me? It's a question that has plagued countless men, leading to sleepless nights and endless self-reflection. While every relationship is unique, there are telltale signs that can help you decipher her true feelings. By recognizing these indicators, you can protect your heart and invest your time in relationships that are genuinely reciprocal. In this guide, we'll explore 10 critical signs that might reveal she's not as interested as you are. From the way she communicates to how she values your time, these insights will empower you to identify when it's time to move on and seek a connection that truly fulfills you. So let's dive in and uncover the signs that may help you navigate the often murky waters of romantic interest. Number 1. If you're the one doing most of the texting. In the contemporary dating scene, texting has become a primary form of communication, serving as a bridge between people who are getting to know each other. It's an easy way to gauge interest, share thoughts, and maintain a connection without the pressure of face-to-face interactions. However, the dynamics of texting can often reveal a lot about the level of interest between two people. If you find yourself consistently doing most of the texting, it's crucial to recognize this imbalance as a potential warning sign. Healthy relationships thrive on reciprocity and mutual effort. If you're always the one initiating conversations, while she responds sporadically or with minimal engagement, it can lead to feelings of frustration and self-doubt. Reciprocity in communication is essential. It fosters a sense of equality in the relationship, where both parties feel valued and respected. If you're the only one reaching out, it can create an emotional imbalance where one person feels over-invested while the other remains indifferent. Imagine this scenario. You send her a thoughtful message asking about her day, and while you wait eagerly for her response, you notice that hours pass by without a reply. When she finally responds, it's a brief, one-word answer. This pattern can leave you questioning your worth and whether your efforts are appreciated. Over time, this can lead to emotional fatigue and frustration as you realize that you're investing more energy into the relationship than she is. Essential to consider the nature of your conversations. Are they engaging and meaningful, or do they often revolve around mundane topics? If you find that your texts feel more like a chore for her rather than a fun exchange, it might be time to reassess the relationship. Genuine interest often translates into lively discussions where both parties share their thoughts and feelings openly. For example, if you're sharing an interesting article or a funny story, and she responds with a simple LOL or doesn't follow up with her thoughts, it can be discouraging. A woman who is genuinely interested will ask questions, share her opinions, and engage in a back-and-forth dialogue. If she's not doing this, it suggests that she may not be invested in getting to know you better. Take note of how she responds to your texts. Is she frequently leaving you on read or taking a long time to reply? If you find that your messages often go unanswered or receive minimal effort in response, it's worth reflecting on the relationship. Engaging in a dynamic where you're constantly chasing after someone can lead to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Furthermore, consider the context of your communication. Are you only texting when she's free, or do you find that she reaches out to you when it's convenient for her? If you're always the one making an effort to connect, it might indicate that she doesn't prioritize the relationship in the same way you do. Over time, the emotional toll of being the primary communicator can lead to resentment. You might start to feel like you're putting in all the effort while she's simply along for the ride. This imbalance can lead to frustration and disappointment, creating a rift in the relationship. If you find yourself feeling undervalued, it may be time to have an honest conversation about where you both stand. Open communication is vital in any relationship, and discussing your feelings about the texting dynamic can help clarify the situation. If she's receptive and willing to put in more effort, it could be a sign that there's still potential for the relationship to grow. However, if she dismisses your concerns or continues the same pattern, it might be time to reevaluate your investment. Number 2, she talks about other men. When a woman frequently mentions other men in your conversations, it's important to pay attention to this behavior. While casual discussions about friends or acquaintances are normal, if she often talks about ex-boyfriends, current crushes, or even celebrities, it can signal a lack of romantic interest in you. Talking about other men can take various forms. She might casually mention an ex-boyfriend in a story, compare you to someone else she finds attractive, or express admiration for a celebrity. Each mention can chip away at your self-esteem, making you feel like you're competing for her attention against these other figures. For example, if you're having a conversation about favorite movies and she brings up how much she loved a film her ex took her to, it can leave you feeling sidelined. This type of comparison suggests that she's reflecting on past relationships rather than focusing on building a future with you. It's essential to recognize how this behavior affects your emotional well-being. If you find yourself feeling more like a friend than a potential romantic partner, it may be time to consider whether this relationship is right for you. A woman who is genuinely interested in you will focus her attention on you and will not engage in conversations that highlight her interest in others. She'll want to learn more about you, share experiences, and create a bond that isn't clouded by thoughts of someone else. Discussing other men can also be a way for her to gauge your reactions and keep you emotionally invested while she explores other options. If she senses that you're interested, she may use this tactic to maintain your attention without fully committing. This behavior can lead to frustration and confusion, as you may find yourself invested in a relationship that lacks clarity. Consider how these conversations make you feel. If you often feel inadequate or insecure after your interactions, it may be time to have an open dialogue about your feelings. A relationship should foster confidence and support, not competition or comparison. For instance, if she frequently mentions how charming another guy is or how funny a friend of hers can be, it may leave you feeling like you're in a constant battle for her attention. It's essential to communicate your feelings about these comparisons and set boundaries on what you're comfortable discussing. If she values your relationship, she will be willing to adjust her behavior. Additionally, think about how you can set boundaries in these conversations. If she continues to bring up other men despite your discomfort, it may indicate that she's not taking your feelings seriously. Establishing clear boundaries can help you protect your emotional well-being and ensure that you're not investing in a relationship that isn't reciprocated. In the end, you deserve someone who prioritizes your feelings and is excited to build a connection with you. If her conversations consistently center around other men and make you feel inadequate or unimportant, it's likely a sign that she doesn't view you as a priority. Number 3, she's pretending. Pretending can take many forms in the dating world. Sometimes a woman might feign interest or engagement to avoid confrontation or to spare your feelings. This can be particularly confusing because it can leave you feeling uncertain about her true intentions. For instance, she might agree to plans, but then create excuses to avoid following through, claiming she's too busy or forgot. While it's natural for people to have busy lives, a consistent pattern of vague excuses can indicate a lack of genuine interest. If she's frequently unavailable or seems disinterested in making plans, it's essential to recognize this behavior for what it is. Imagine planning a date for a Friday night, and as the day approaches, she texts you to say that something came up and she can't make it. The first time it happens, you might brush it off as a genuine issue, but if it becomes a recurring pattern, it's worth examining. A woman who is truly interested will prioritize spending time with you and will communicate openly about her availability. Additionally, if she often uses phrases like, "I'll let you know," or "I have to check my schedule," it may suggest that she's not committed to pursuing a relationship with you. A woman who is genuinely interested will make an effort to prioritize time with you and will be proactive about suggesting plans. This avoidance may stem from a desire to keep things casual without directly expressing disinterest. For example, she may enjoy your company but not see a future with you, so she keeps you at arm's length to avoid hurting your feelings. While it's natural to want to spare someone's feelings, this type of behavior can lead to confusion and frustration on your end. If you sense that she's pretending or not being forthright, it may be necessary to confront the situation directly. Open communication can help clear misunderstandings and set the stage for a more honest relationship. If she's willing to have an open conversation about her feelings, it could indicate that there's potential for the relationship to grow. However, if she dismisses your concerns or continues the same pattern, it might be time to reevaluate your investment. It's essential to remember that you deserve someone who is transparent about their feelings and intentions. Honesty is key in any relationship. If you're left feeling uncertain about where you stand, it can create emotional turmoil and lead to frustration. It's essential to have a conversation about your feelings and expectations to ensure both parties are on the same page. You deserve someone who is excited about being with you and is willing to invest in the relationship. Number 4. She doesn't ask personal questions. Curiosity is a crucial element in developing a strong connection with someone. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, she'll naturally want to know more about your life, interests, and experiences. If you find that she rarely asks personal questions, it can be a sign of disinterest. When someone is invested in you, they'll seek to understand your background, your passions, and your thoughts on various topics. They'll ask about your family, your hobbies, and your future aspirations. If you're the one doing all the talking and she seems disengaged or indifferent, it may indicate that she doesn't view you as a priority. Consider this. You might share a story about a recent trip, and instead of asking follow-up questions or expressing interest, she quickly shifts the conversation back to herself or changes the subject entirely. This lack of engagement suggests that she may not be invested in building a deeper connection with you. Additionally, think about the depth of your conversations. Are they surface level, or do they delve into meaningful topics? If she only responds with generic answers or deflects questions about herself, it's a clear signal that she's not interested in forming a deeper connection. A healthy relationship thrives on mutual understanding and sharing. If she's not willing to open up, it may be a sign that she's not ready to invest in the relationship. For example, if you've shared your dreams and aspirations but she hasn't reciprocated, it might indicate that she's not as invested in understanding you. Moreover, consider the context of your interactions. If you notice that she always diverts the conversation back to you without reciprocating, it may be a sign that she's not as interested in building a connection. You deserve someone who is curious about your life and is eager to share their own experiences. If you feel comfortable, it may be worth addressing this issue directly. You could express your desire for deeper conversations and see how she responds. If she's receptive and willing to engage on a more personal level, it could signify that she's interested in deepening the relationship. However, if she continues to show disinterest, it might be time to consider whether this connection is fulfilling for you. Number 5. Cancelling plans at the last minute. Life can be unpredictable, and sometimes plans need to change unexpectedly. However, if you find that she frequently cancels plans at the last minute without sincere apologies or efforts to reschedule, it's a significant red flag. When someone is genuinely interested, they will prioritize spending time with you and will make an effort to communicate if plans need to change. An uninterested woman may not feel compelled to explain herself or may not see the value in rescheduling. If she seems indifferent about your feelings or the time you've set aside for her, it's a sign that she may not be as invested in the relationship as you are. Consider how often these cancellations occur. If they happen frequently, it might be time to confront her about your feelings. Open communication is essential in any relationship, and discussing your experiences with cancellations can help clarify the situation. Times without sincere efforts to make it up to you, it can lead to feelings of frustration and disappointment. You might find yourself questioning your worth and wondering if you're truly valued in the relationship. For example, if you've made plans for a weekend outing and she cancels at the last minute with vague excuses, it can leave you feeling unimportant. A woman who genuinely cares about you will apologize for the inconvenience and suggest alternative plans. If she doesn't show remorse or doesn't attempt to reschedule, it may indicate that she's not invested in making the relationship work. It's also essential to assess whether her cancellations are a pattern. If they happen frequently, it may be time to confront her about your feelings. It's crucial to communicate your desire for a relationship built on mutual respect and commitment. You deserve someone who values your time and is excited to spend it with you. If you're comfortable doing so, consider having an open dialogue about your expectations for spending time together. Discuss how important it is for you to have consistent plans and how cancellations affect your feelings about the relationship. If she's receptive and willing to make an effort, it could signify that there's potential for growth. However, if she dismisses your concerns, it might be time to reevaluate your investment in the relationship. Number 6. She's always on her phone around you. In today's digital age, phones can be a significant distraction during in-person interactions. If you're spending time with a woman and notice she's constantly checking her phone, scrolling through social media, or texting someone else, it can indicate a lack of respect for your time and presence. While it's natural for people to check their phones occasionally, if it becomes a habit, it suggests that she's not fully engaged in your time together. This behavior can leave you feeling undervalued and unimportant. It's crucial to assess how her distractions impact your interactions. If you frequently find yourself competing for her attention against her phone, it may be a sign that she's not genuinely interested in you. Imagine going out for a nice dinner, only to find her engrossed in her phone, texting friends, or scrolling through social media while you're trying to have a conversation. This kind of distraction can leave you feeling sidelined and frustrated, as it suggests that she's not prioritizing your time together. Consider the context of your time together. Is it a casual hangout, or is it a special date? If she's more focused on her device than on you, it may be worth discussing your feelings and expectations regarding attention and engagement in the relationship. Moreover, think about how her phone habits make you feel. If you're left feeling ignored or unappreciated, it's essential to communicate this to her. A relationship should foster connection and intimacy, not competition with a device. Use consistently detracts from your interactions. Consider setting expectations for your time together. Discuss the importance of being present and engaged during your dates. If she values the relationship, she should be willing to make an effort to minimize distractions. It's important to recognize how these behaviors affect your emotional connection. If her phone habits leave you feeling neglected or undervalued, it may be time to have an open conversation about your needs. You deserve someone who is excited to spend time with you and is willing to engage fully in the moment. Number 7. Insisting on meeting halfway. When a woman insists on meeting halfway geographically for dates, it can be a sign that she's hesitant to fully invest in you. While it's reasonable for both parties to consider travel distance, if she's unwilling to make an effort to meet you where you are, it may indicate a lack of genuine interest. Women who are truly interested in a man will often go out of their way to spend time with him. If she seems overly cautious about her time and resources, it could mean that she doesn't view you as a top priority. This behavior can be particularly telling if you compare how she treats you with how she treats other men she is interested in. For example, if she's willing to drive across town to see a friend but insists on meeting you halfway, it might send a message that you're not worth the extra effort. A woman who genuinely cares will prioritize spending time together, even if it requires some inconvenience on her part. Additionally, consider the implications of her insistence on meeting halfway. If she's only willing to meet under specific conditions, it may suggest that she's not fully invested in exploring a deeper connection with you. Contrast this with how she treats the guy she really wants to be with. She'll go out of her way, even travel long distances, to spend time with him. If she's hesitant to go the distance to see you, or is overly cautious about her time and resources, it's clear that you're not her top priority. It's essential to recognize your worth in this situation. You deserve someone who is excited to spend time with you and is willing to make an effort. If you feel like you're constantly compromising or meeting her halfway, it might be time to have a conversation about the relationship dynamics. Discuss your feelings about the distance and how it impacts your connection. If she's receptive and willing to adjust her approach, it could signify that there's potential for growth. However, if she continues to insist on meeting halfway without considering your feelings, it might be time to reevaluate your investment in the relationship. Number 8. Never wants to be alone with you. If she consistently involves friends whenever you plan to hang out, it may indicate that she's not comfortable being alone with you, which can be a red flag. Women who are genuinely interested in a man will often seek opportunities to spend one-on-one time together. Avoids intimacy and connection by bringing friends along. It could suggest that she's not interested in developing a deeper relationship with you. It's essential to recognize that while group outings can be fun, they can also serve as a barrier to building a true connection. Consider how she reacts when you suggest spending time alone. If she consistently deflects or suggests bringing others along, it may be worth having an open conversation about what both of you want from the relationship. It's also important to assess the reasons behind her behavior. Is she shy or anxious about intimacy? Or does she genuinely not see you as a romantic interest? Understanding her motivations can help clarify your feelings and guide your next steps. Moreover, think about how her tendency to involve others affects your connection. If you feel like you're never able to have meaningful conversations or develop a deeper bond, it may be a sign that she's not interested in taking the relationship to the next level. If you're looking for a romantic connection, it might be time to have a conversation about your desire for one-on-one time. Express your feelings and set expectations for how you want to spend time together. If she's receptive and willing to engage on a more personal level, it could signify that she's interested in deepening the relationship. However, if she continues to avoid intimacy and insists on bringing friends along, it might be time to reconsider your investment. You deserve someone who is excited to spend quality time with you and is willing to take the relationship seriously. Number 9. Lack of excitement when you ask her out. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, she'll likely show excitement when you ask her out. If her response is tepid, hesitant, or lacks enthusiasm, it could indicate that she may not be as invested in the relationship as you are. Pay attention to her body language and tone when you ask her out. Is she smiling and eager, or does she seem indifferent? If she agrees to go out but doesn't seem genuinely excited about it, it might be worth reflecting on whether this is a healthy dynamic. A relationship should be built on mutual enthusiasm and interest. If you feel like you're forcing her to spend time with you, it might be time to reassess your connection. It's important to remember that you deserve someone who is equally excited to share experiences and build a connection. Consider how her lack of excitement impacts your feelings. If you're left feeling anxious or insecure after proposing plans, it's a sign that something may be off in the relationship. If you're constantly questioning her feelings or wondering if she's genuinely interested, it can lead to emotional turmoil and frustration. For example, if you suggest a fun outing and she responds with a nonchalant, "Sure, I guess," it can leave you feeling deflated. A woman who is genuinely interested will often express enthusiasm and eagerness to join you, enhancing the excitement of the experience. If you're comfortable, consider discussing your feelings about her lack of excitement. Express your desire for a relationship filled with enthusiasm and mutual interest. If she's receptive and willing to engage more actively, it could signify that there's potential for growth. However, if she continues to respond with indifference or seems disengaged, it might be time to reevaluate your investment in the relationship. You deserve someone who is excited about being with you and is willing to invest energy into building a connection. Number 10. Personal space. Personal space is an essential aspect of physical attraction. If a woman is not interested in you, she may keep her distance or recoil from physical contact. If she consistently avoids closeness or seems uncomfortable with your attempts at intimacy, it's a clear sign that she's not into you. Observe her reactions when you attempt to get closer. If she pulls away or shows signs of discomfort, it's essential to respect her boundaries. On the other hand, if she's genuinely interested, she'll likely welcome your advances and feel comfortable being close to you. Consider the context of your interactions. If she seems hesitant to engage in even casual touches or avoids situations that might lead to intimacy, it's a strong indication of her lack of interest. It's important to recognize that everyone has different comfort levels when it comes to physical contact. If she's not allowing you into her personal space, it may be time to explore other connections that are more fulfilling. Remember, a healthy relationship is built on mutual attraction and respect for each other's boundaries. If you're unsure about her feelings, consider having a conversation about comfort levels and boundaries. Discuss what physical intimacy means to both of you and how it impacts your connection. If she's open to engaging in a discussion about your needs, it could signify that she's willing to invest in the relationship. However, if she continues to shy away from physical contact or seems uncomfortable with your advances, it might be a clear sign that she's not interested. In conclusion, recognizing the signs that a woman is not into you can save you time and emotional energy. While it's essential to approach relationships with an open heart, it's equally important to be aware of red flags that indicate a lack of genuine interest. Communication, reciprocity, and mutual engagement are vital components of a healthy relationship. If you find yourself consistently facing these signs, it may be time to have an honest conversation about your feelings and expectations. Remember, you deserve someone who values you and is excited to share their life with you. By being aware of these indicators, you can navigate the dating landscape with more clarity and confidence. If you enjoyed this content and want to explore more insights on relationships and personal growth, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic Lord. Join our community and empower yourself with knowledge that can transform your life.